Hello everybody, sorry for the slight delay. I also realize I need to make a slight change in my thing. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna get you back into the stream. We're gonna be playing some more Final Fantasy XIV today because it's fun and I'm solo this time. Let me just get my chat up on my phone here. Get my stand so I can actually fucking see it and read it. And there we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. Got to transition. There we go. Now it's right. Let's get into it. Sorry for this ever so slight late start. Not as bad as yesterday, but still. I need to use the restroom and get something to drink before stream. Alright. Bravo. That was me. That was not a good time, you were like. Okay, you motherfucking piece of shit. Angie. That was not a good time, you were like. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alfredo, back on your feet already. You may credit my swift recovery to your chirurgeons? 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 I don't know. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation? Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remained throughout Thanalan. We have sent what forces we can spare to the root out the last of the belligerents. But progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. I can well imagine. Given that the majority of the refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. Yeah, fuck, I didn't mean to hit right click. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher's knives or pitchforks. Let me make sure. Like that. But with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tensions between Ul'dan citizenry and the refugee population has increased since the Domans were turned away. But would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single gil to spend? Who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. The general is no fool. He keeps his counsel. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the monetarists would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of the refugee aid. Not age. Jesus Christ, my brain. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in our abilities, or in your abilities, Yumalai. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at a request for such information, but I've no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? All right. Let's do this. You look as though you had something to say, Yuba. Do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual may be better suited for this task than any regiment. Very well. The brass blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the blades posted there. Okay. Let's see where we gotta go. Over there, got it. It's teleport. When do I spend that gil? Very confused. Maybe when I talk to him it spent gil? Oh no, teleportation spent gil. Duh. Brain, why you go goo mode? Go sport. And what brings you here, adventurer? A search for refugees? Well then, you've come to the right place. Ah, you mean those refugees. Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept their situation, and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that. Like that merchant who passed through recently. gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. A friend of the Sultanate, are we? I take it this means someone has read my report. The refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return, and I am increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka. He will explain everything. Okay. The room. Don't hurt me. I'm not one of them. I beg your pardon. You're not a flame? I see. If Leofric bid you speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. 12 be praised for that. Because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under that fanatic spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class to account for taking that which is owed? Ha! A childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look beyond yonder tent, and you will understand why. Even so, he babbles incoherently. So traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not one of us alone in surviving. Yet, I've no doubt that merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. Okay. What's this thing over here? I don't know why this just doesn't look legal. You know? Just a bunch of plants on boxes. What are you doing? Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Alright, I gotta soothe the motherfucker. Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together. Then you'd be there here with me. Be here to soothe me. Why did you have to stay and leave me alone? Alright. Soother. Egg there, buddy. Who are you? What do you want? Aye, it's true. I followed the merchant, and may God strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running there, then and there, but the others were so excited. He split us into two groups, sent us off on our own. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, But they started arguing, then fighting, and then everyone was fighting. And the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and... oh gods, the other group, they're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. Understood. Time to run off and help peoples. Oh yeah, my rings are 130. The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of Lost Hope. But to approach them would be fruitless. Oh, 1 second. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try and kill us than listen to reason. Or the twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. A pox on all bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight. But the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only we had never listened to that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though if they were forced to confront the reality, that's it. Challenge the twins to combat, and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one man. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot. Okay, I can do that. Really good at bopping things. Whee! So this way. Give them no quarters. They are not allowed to go to the arcade. 7 hells! They found us! Everyone, grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. So that's your game, is it? Sorry to disappoint you, lad. But we're more than willing to kill you ourselves. Alright, any more? Yep. And then, oh, and my auto attack killed him. Well, there's more. Good. Boom. You beat him like it was nothing. Oh, almighty. What are we going to do now? Alright, they're done. Whee! Woohoo! Yeah! You've returned. But did you find my brethren? What of the twins? What happened? I see. Well, we had no choice. Better that a handful of them take a beating from you than the lot of them butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant say when it was over? No merchant. Huh? Where else would he be? Unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others. Gotta go to Stone's Throw. The merchant wishes to approach the refugees in Stone's Throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many others must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? Sorry. How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him. Convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. Got it. Go to Stone's Throw. Whoop. Wow. Literally just outside the walls of Ul'dah. It's literally a stone's throw away. Haha. Have you seen my parents? They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left with the man from Ul'dah. The man said they were gonna change everything, make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry and I got so scared. Say, mister, are you looking for someone? I'm looking for someone stirring up trouble. You mean the man who left with my parents? But I don't know where he... Wait, look! Over there! I think that's him! Well now, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim? You? He's getting away! Go get him, mister! Alright. And technically I can just go. Imagine trying to run from a person who's on a flying motorcycle who has a katana. You again? Are you pursuing me? Sedition, treason, revolution. That's preposterous. Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The selfsame refugees who terrorize the streets of Ul'dah? Ha! You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. For the sake of argument, let's say I did do these things you claim. Surely you don't think I gave a Kikhorn's arse about politics. It was business. Only business. We both know I am not the one who you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. And he's dead. What's all this commotion? 7 hells! Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may be close. Hold, adventurer. I would know more about your relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading up to his death. Explains everything that happened. This man was responsible for the recent riots? Mayhap we owe his murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it is obvious you are not the one whom we seek. You may carry on with your investigation, Scion. Okay. Oh, where am I going? Going this way. Jay, how much, I might be able to get another piece of armor. Go check. Probably not, but let me check at least. I need boots, gloves. Oh no, I need pants, shirt, gloves. Pants or gloves. Oh, can't buy any of them. Damn. Do you need pants or gloves? I just want to try this katana on because it looks real nice. And then, draw it. Ooh, and it's got that nice, like, water look to it. That's cool. What news, Yumalai? Where is the merchant? Explains the situation. Murdered? Damn it all to the 7th hell. He was not simply murdered, Yumalai. He was silenced. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrators of these riots than you realize. Alright. Let's find some motherfuckers. Revolution. The Flame General left word that you were to proceed to the Fragment Chamber as soon as you returned. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries, as well as the results of your own investigation. Master Alphino has already been informed and shall be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Promenade. With all haste and speak with Bartholomew. Alright. Here we go. That's a fucking cool look. Oh, and his sword's on fire. God damn it. I feel like I'm being flexed on. Alright, let's go. We've been expecting you, sir. Please, proceed inside. Alright.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji. But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield. The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill. A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagon ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Pardon?
An Alagon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Alagon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon. One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Alright, completed. I should I should be glad to know the truth, and yet the thought that all this chaos was the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intend to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be in our best interest to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. You are, of course, the scion best suited for the task, Private Silky. Do take a moment to visit Maelstrom Command and make inquiries at the earliest available opportunity. Begone, whelp. This is no place for children. I'm sorry. I was looking for you, mister. You said you were looking for the man who left with my parents. You know this girl. Explains how I met her. So he visited Stone's Throw as well, I see. Did you find the man? Were my parents with them? They were not, I am afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. Really? You'll help me look, mister? Of course. But first, I must needs finish speaking with my friend. He's telling me a secret. You see. So no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by that pillar over there. We require but a moment. Okay, mister. I'll be waiting. I'll take her to the quicksand. Mayhap Momodi, sorry, I said Momodori. Momodi will know what to do. A legion of Guardians, an Aether-starved primal. Even dealing with a Azian would be preferable to this charade. God damn it, cat. 1 second. Cat being goof. Out there. There we go. The cat keeps knocking over a box trying to get into a bag that's in the box. Sometimes I feel Minfilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources and ourselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change. Yubalai, this is Minfilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return to Revenant's Toll with all due haste. The situation in the Twelves Wood has taken a turn for the worse. I will explain in detail once you arrive. Really, cat? You knocked over the bag. You knocked that shit over to get in the bag. You got in the bag. I flip it over for you and you knock it back down. One second, I'm trying to figure out what my cat wants. You little bugger. And right when I went over there, she ran off. Oh well, is what it is. The 12s would? Then the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I have received no reports of Ixtal activity, which leaves the Sylphs. Go, Yumalai. You know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedent over all else. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the antecedent that while I am grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself. Hey, cat. Here you go. Get on that thing. Lay down on it. It'll be nice and cool for you. Lay down. Don't just sit there. Lay down. Alright. On to Revenant's Toll. Alrighty. Enter the Rising Stones. What are you looking at, kid? Hmm? Why are you looking at me like that? What are you looking at? Hmm? Cat's just like, what are you doing? Can I help? Ah, cute little bugger. It is a relief to see you healthy and hale, Yumalai. The latest news from Uldao was most disturbing. Explains everything that happened there. Clearly, the only injury Alphino suffered was to his ego. Doubtless I will heal. Doubtless it'll heal ere long. The other scions will need to be present for this meeting. If you are ready to begin, I will summon them now. Okay. Yep, dealing with the sylphs. Please be voiced. Nope. Thanks for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured, I should not have summoned you were it not urgent. To business then. I have received some most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adders. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the primal Ramu. Roomba. I'm sorry. May have? Then it is not certain. The Elder Seedseer informs us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. The Sylph lands, however, displayed no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me, Antecedent, but that fact needs not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Garuda, and so on, Ramu is reputed to act only in the defense of his children. I imagine he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the Sylphs or their territory. The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements? In preparation for the summoning ritual, if preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, it would surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon? You foresaw this event and did not to prevent it? I told Papa Limo. I suppose I could have reported it to Menphelia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory? They already summoned Ramu once right after the calamity. But that was because the Garleans came trampling through the forest. And so long as the Castum Oriens stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. One second, my cat's in a place they shouldn't be. Son of a bitch! Ooh. Oh, sorry about that. Cats being where they shouldn't be. Always a pain in the butt. And I maintain that observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers in the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Uldar drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. 'Tis like that the sylphs perceived this panicked migration as yet another invasion, and quickened their efforts to summon their god. I am put in the mind of Titan and the kobolds. Once again, it is the affairs of men which have paved the way for a primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. But that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Yumalai, through your dealings with the sylphs and of Little Solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? If Ramu can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. A fond hope. Were such things possible, we would not have been at war with the beast men since time immemorial. God damn, I keep getting invites and stuff. But maybe this time we can. Let us continue this discussion anon. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Ramu's presence. The Elder Seedseer has requested your personal involvement, Yumalai. Pray report to Commander Kaloi at the Adder's Nest as soon as you are able. Steel yourself for the worst. While I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Levin will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow scions will of course lend you whatever support you require. Okay. I just keep getting invites to free companies I don't know. Alright. On to New Gridania. Right. Let's talk to this guy over here. Dion again. Yumalai of the Scions. Your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal is ever cause for alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The Elder Seedseer, however, would speak with you first. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic, rather than martial, skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Nafika's altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to the lotus step. Bye. The other scions have already arrived, sir. May I show you in? Yes, you may. Ba-da-bop. Beep-bop-beep-bop. Beep-bop-bop. Bop-bop-beep. Better-bop. Give me one moment. Kinda have to use the restroom. So I'll be right back. Just put up the BRB screen and I'll be right back. Maybe I'll also put on some music. That would be smart. Alright, be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Just pause out this music here, and we'll get back into the game. And there we go.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelves Wood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelves Wood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples.
Parker.
You have my thanks. Pray make for Little Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelves Wood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
All right. Let's head out. Onward then. You will lie of the Scions. I was told to expect you. I understand you go to treat with the primal Ramuh himself. An unavailable task. an unavailable task. Never seen that word before. But one of which you have, I have no doubt you are well suited. I have been told that your fellow scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak. That we might ascertain the location where the Lord of Levin might be found. I would ask you to abide here, until they return with their findings. Okay. While I do that, let's see. What kind of time we looking at over here on these on this and this? Let's see if there's any more that I haven't done. That one. Let's check those 3. 7 minutes. Not waiting that long. Fuck that. Gonna have to wait for a queue soon anyway. I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as... Oh. Automated. God damn it. Why does it have to be both of those? This one returns, and returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching, and have wisely identified the precise location where the Touched One summoned Lord Ramu. Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good man to his fellow scions? It would be this one's pleasure, Walking One. Please come with this one. Yay. Lance. Hello. Alright. Flying T-Rex. Kinda badass. Kinda fucking badass. Wise ones have ventured deep into Sylphlands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for touched ones. Alright. Let's fly. This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close and to Lord Ramu. And this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones. And so this one must say farewell for now. Walking One will find wise ones not far from here, to the south. Go in safety, Walking One. So, it's actually you. I am relieved. For a moment I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Y'shtola's face when one impersonated you suddenly showed up. That's quite enough, Papalimo. My apologies. It's not like me to ramble, so... At any rate, as I was saying, I finished measuring etheric activity in the area, and I am pleased to say I have reached an indisputable conclusion to wit that Ramu was called forth in the vicinity of the Sils Aetherite. Come, Yumalai, the Lord of Levens awaits. Okay. I'm just gonna fly there. Makes life easier that way. And he appears.
Nora betrays thee, servant of hiding. Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs? Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest not for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Redanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking? Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges, that they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye, but there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role.
Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment.
This is a part for the course of this game.
Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Yeah, part for the course.
Eorzea, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramuh, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Bum, rum, bum, boom, bum. Boom, bum, boom, Alright, clear. Add that. Join. Move to an area away from enemies. And of course, that's going to attack. Try this again. Started that already. Just gonna wait around here. See what I can do. This. Find a spot where they won't attack me. And I can actually land. Oh. This looks perfect. No enemies up here. Safe little spot. Alright. There we go. And we're in. Boom, bam, bam, boom, bam, 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 bam. This is pretty good music for this fight. distracted by the thing happening there. I hit the right one. And done. Tank. Tank too good.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one. In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Alright. And we go back to Little Solace. Actually, wait, why am I doing that? I can just go slorp, fly off. Ah, you can't go further down. That sucks. Alright, just gotta fly over here. Yumala, you have returned. Dare I ask how Ramu received you for your visit? I can't fucking English. He challenged you to a test of arms. It is well then that you have some experience in such matters. The people of both Gridania and Little Solace will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Leven has accepted you as the forest's champion of peace. You have performed a monumental duty this day, Yumalai. The elder seats here must be informed of your deeds at once. Okay. He'll talk to me again. The elder seats here will wish to hear of your experience firsthand. Pray go return to Gridania and make directly for the Lotus Stand. The conjurer at Nafika's altar will be expecting you. Fare you well, Yumalai. Okay. Why am I doing this? This. And warp time. Alright, let's go. Conjurer's Guild. And talk to the lady. Welcome back, honored scion. We who knew your mission have been most anxious to see your return. The elder Cecil awaits you within. Oh.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramu ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell? Ramu made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off. on behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth. Lord Ramu has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Hey, Applimo. Thus ends another daunting mission. Yumalai. I'd hoped Lord Ramu. There we go, this is the voice I originally did. Yes, there we go. I hoped Lord Ramu could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I only admire the adroitness. I only admire the adroitness with which you responded to the primal's sudden challenge. And it seems that Eorzea too was pleased with the outcome. What say you, Yumalai? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of the day? Sure, back to the Rising Stones we go. I don't know how many more missions we got. You know what? Let me check. So I'm in post-Heavenwards, also known as the 7th Astral Era, as soon as this thing loads. Let's see, so the mission is what little god's made of. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And she give me a number. Oh, the phone version doesn't give me numbers there. Oh jeez. Oh, so that's what it's areas. If I could just check it on the computer, it'd be easier, but I can't check while I'm gaming, otherwise it fucking crashes the game. So, oh well. Here's what it is. Welcome back, Yumalai. Word of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramu precedes you. I would fain share news of mine own, but Eorzea's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Leven, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Asians, or in the nature of the Asians' immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together. I started going into a different voice. Oh well.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Eorzea, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the waking sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Asian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Asians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Eorzea and I have striven to discover a means by which the Asians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Leven's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior. Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
That was a wrong location for Ifrit.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called Immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
a soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahuagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth a distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahuagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
That's it. The Lord of Levin is returned to the Aether, as was Leviathan before him. Because I don't know these people's voices. I'm just gonna use my own, fuck it. Ramuh's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Whirl, and Levin. All have now been humbled by the Bringer of Light. The limitless potential of man and man. Eidolon's servants grows mightier by the day. Yet, he proposes. Yet he prospers at great cost to his mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wan. Yet even as it enervates, the arbor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. And that is the task to which we bend our every effort. Divine seeds were even or ever want to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the fields, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. Eorzea. Trying to get to the actually good stuff when you have to force through the post Endwalker stuff, or not post Endwalker, post Realm Reborn is difficult. Now the matter of Ramuh. Now the matter of Ramuh has for the present been put to rest. There is something I would show you, Yumalai. It is a letter of thanks, signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless service to the realm. It mentions in particular the names of all the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mogomog VII, Leviathan, and now Ramuh. Needless to say, there is only one among our number who faced them all. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In the course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, Yumalai, and Eorzea is that much safer for your presence. Pray do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guards. The Ascians may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without your encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own, and that it is that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow. And there is no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace. We owe in no small part to the dangers that you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in so doing. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Of the sylphs of Lift Solus, who wish not of conflict. Of Eorzea, who strives to unearth the terrible secrets of the calamity. And then there is Sid and the Fellowship of Noah, racing to unlock the mysteries of ancient Aleg, that we might be spared the horror of another Ultima weapon. Of course, when speaking of our great allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Asians, and combat it we shall. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming, and Descendant. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Ah, it was Alphino. Alphino, I take it the troubles in Uldar no longer require your attention. There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air is simmering violence. But the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. There, I can't word. 'Tis to report such that I shall before you now. Wording. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we must discuss. We discussed. Blah, blah, blah. Ah, I have a message from Elle. You recall the refugee girl? The one whose parents were missing? They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Why, Alphino, am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Humalai, you have been away from Revenant's Toll for some time now. I believe, might I suggest that you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town. Which reminds me, one of the Doman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yozin was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? You know, I'm hitting that wall of might need a break from Final Fantasy XIV for a bit, which sucks. Because once I hit Heaven's Word, it's gonna be great. Like, Heaven's Word Onward is amazing. It's just pushing through Costa Realm Reborn is painful. So I might end at the 3-hour mark today. A little bit lesser, I know, but still. I'll continue until then. I'm also feeling tired. I did not sleep well last night, which ain't great for me, but it's normal. Look, it's Master Yumulai. He's back from his adventures. We heard you were off fighting primals, and that they're some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally formed our very own Doman Adventurers Guild to protect all the Domans. Oh, do you think you could train us today, Mr. Yumulai? Maybe you could show us how you fought the primals. What's all this commotion then? Mr. Boulder. Mr. Coltonet? Did you know Master Yumulai's Master Yumulai is back? So it would be, so it would seem. Welcome back, welcome home, Yumulai. My companion and I, but recently became full members of the Scions, and I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. I am known as Hoary Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Coltonet. Though we remain largely unproven adventurers, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the art of combat. I told you, Mr. Boulder, we're not younglings anymore. We are adventurers. And we were just asking Mr. Yumulai if he could give us some special training. I think we're ready to hurt some monsters alongside him, don't you? Well, you've certainly been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends in Mordona are still still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I have a counter-proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Yumulai and demonstrate a demonstration of skill at arms, if you will? Hori, if I didn't know you better, and I do, I'd say you were merely seeking to test yourself against a legend. Well, mayhaps I am. But what matters the motive? when the children stand to learn so much from from the lesson. What say you, Yumalai? Would you consent to spar with me? Yeah, sure, why not? Hooray! We're to have a tournament. Come on, everyone. We must prepare our gear for the outing. Do try not to disappoint them, Have faith, Coltonet. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength and make of this a worthy contest. Fields to the east of town should be suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout. Alright. Well, let's get going then. Alright. Alright. It was good of you to agree to this. Yumalai, I trust you are ready to begin. Let's go. Very well. Let us not keep the younglings waiting any longer. I can't continue to make his voice gravelly. Hori? Are you certain you wish to fight him alone? This is Yumalai you face. What better way to test my mettle? Pray, allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, 'twas this hero's legend that led me to join the Scions to begin with. Without Yumalai to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made. But remember, this is for the children's sake, as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Hello, you haven't begun yet, have you? I don't know who it is, so I can't. It was Ida. When it's a question mark, I'm just gonna use my voice. Ida? What? Who are all these people? When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find. Thought you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Yes, and there are still more to come. When I mentioned Yumalai's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. Why, my own popularity seems but a sickly shade in comparison. You'd better claim victory, bringer of light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Well, our teacher won't be beaten. Our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. You can win, Mr. Boulder. We shall see. We shall soon see. On your guard. Oof. That did some damage. Damn. You have beaten me. I yield. That was incredible! He beat them both at the same time. We knew you couldn't lose, Yumala. None can defeat the Guardian of Eorzea. Now I see why they send you to deal with primals. I've much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same. Cat folks, cat, good cat, little cat, one good cat, cute cat. Impressive as always, Yumalai. 'Tis ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is the most fitting title. Do you recall when first we met? It was at the memorial service for the Battle of Cartanau. Cartanau, who cares? At the time, I was attempting to understand. I'm trying to get his voice right again. Understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason my grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expended towards their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought Eorzeans a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius in the order he proposed to enforce. The Legatus single-handedly, the Legatus' single-minded military invasion preluded many such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for a desire to continue grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nations too self-involved and unstable. "'Twas you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. 'Twas you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people, these wonderful, oft infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to their feet and face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish, to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. I, too, will endeavor to take up the mantle of guardian of Eorzea and champion of these people who toil towards a better world. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be solved by the scions of the Seventh Dawn alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat, and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascians, is a new expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. If you aid me in building such an organization, then pray let us continue to discuss back within the walls of the Rising Stones. Alright, yeah! Alright. Let's do... Oh, wrong thing. Duh. Whee! Whoosh. 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 Yeah! Whoop! Oh, give me a couple minutes here. Just gotta use the restroom again. Somebody just put on some music and stuff. Been drinking a lot of tea. Alright, let me just do that. Hit a BRB screen again. Shkaboosh. Bring up some music for y'all and be right back.
Is everybody in the groove? Well, stick around. We're just warming up, baby.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Just need to use the restroom, then grab myself something else to drink because I realized I was empty. So yeah, let's get back to this. Thank you for coming, Ymalai. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be one step ahead of the chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. Determination. Pray forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I would first speak of the grand plan. Since the advent of the 7th astral area... One second, cat's being weird. Goddamn cat, really? Right when I get back. Oh, bastard. Yeah. Alright. I'm back again, sorry. That was a quick one. Since the advent of the 7th astral era, the leaders of the 3 nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring disparate forces of Eorzea together into a single entity. A realm-wide grand company. If you will, a realm-wide grand company, if you will. The military might of such an institution would be drawn from every corner of the land and directed against the threats that no single nation could hope to overcome alone. Yet, while the purpose of this hypothetical organization is disputed, the logistics of its formation have become the source of endless debate. And the longer these discussions continue, the more I sense the impetus towards unification drawing away. Thus have I been campaigning for the creation of what might be considered a trial company. It'll be on a much smaller scale than what we hope to eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operation according to the scions. 'Tis my hope that the successful utilization of such a force will lend momentum to the lagging deliberations. Also, being a primarily military outfit, I mean to assuage fears of its misuse by placing the fledgling organization in the authority of the Antecedent. The Scions work tirelessly to protect Eorzea and its people. But, as you yourself have witnessed with the refugee revolt, there are limitations to what even we can achieve. With the new company under the Scion's command, however, we will be capable of responding to a wider range of difficulties without straining our resources and overtaxing our formidable talents. The goals of my proposed organization and those of the Scions are ultimately identical, a point conceded by all concerned. But before I can move forward with establishing this precursor to the true border-spanning Grand Company, 'tis yet necessary that I visit the 3 leaders and gain their official approval. A tiresome and time-consuming task. Which is why I would ask that you accompany me on the journey and attend to the business of recruiting our inaugural members while I am otherwise engaged with bureaucratic formalities. Thank you. 'Tis reassuring, indeed, to know that the Bringer of Light and his discerning eye will be selecting our future allies. Our first destination will be Limsa. Let us rendezvous at Bulwark Hall. I can't fucking read while reading. Alright, Bulwarky Holer. Let's go. Okay, come on. There we go. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Elfino. Elfinod. Ah, there you are. I am ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with Admiral Blofisvin. While the Admiral and I are finalizing permissory boundaries and signing parchments, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. And for potential members, and as for potential members, 'tis of no matter should they already have pledged to another institution, only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. And you needn't range to the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purposes. Once you are satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter, and we shall prepare for the next leg of our journey. Okay, how many people am I recruiting? 5, okay. 5 ain't a bad number. Let's go. Alright, doop-a-doo. Ethernet. Yeah, off the floor. 1, 2, 3, 5. Start there. We're asking Raynor. He would be a good commander. Master Alphino's new organization. Yes, I have heard the information of his trial company was in the offering. 'Tis with regret, however, I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Limsa must need receive my full attention. Ah, well. That makes sense. He is pretty much guard captain. He is the one making all the decisions for the guards. An organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity. I must say your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens well know what there is time. There is a time to act and a time to watch. And I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls into the latter category. No, that's nothing yet. Bastards. Alright, come on. So the next one will be one there, one there, one there. Okay, all 3. So might as well go boom, 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 since they are all kind of connected. Or maybe I pop that way and return to there because it'll be real close. Yeah, I'll go that way instead. Alright. Let's see if we can get some more people. Oh, come on. A little bit faster. Come on. Come on! Well, if it ain't you, Malak. I'd not forgotten forgot a venture brave enough, or daft enough, to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember Royal, don't you? Formerly of the Company of Heroes. Three whistles at Bronze Lake. Aye, it ain't often I drag me arse out of Limsa for a drink, but I'm right glad I did. How fare you these days? Oh, Royal's guy that lost his eye, so fuck it, I'll keep the voice. No, he's ex-Company of Heroes, so he's not thinking. I was just thinking of. Never mind. You're looking to put together a new crew. Top tier work? Ha! Sounds like a right lot, it does. Afraid, lad? Alright. Alrighty, lad, count me in. The heroes may have gone their separate ways, but I ain't afraid to climb into me grave just yet. But I ain't ready. Not afraid. Ain't ready to climb in my grave just yet. All right. Fireworks. A precursor to the a precursor to a united Eorzean Grand Company? Well, I do admire the scope of your ambitions. My responsibility here at Naldik and Vimelis keep me close to the forge. I have not the time to be traipsing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armor, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. Oh, that actually helps. Help their weapons and armor get into order. Ugh! Who in the bloody hells do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some sodden knight in shining plate. If you're looking for a self-righteous fop, try knocking on that dandy Carvelane's door. Oh, I tried. Airship landing. Okay. Alright. Yumala, your recruiting went well, I trust? I am curious to how my proposal was... I am as curious to how my proposal was received by the rough and ready folk of Limsa Lominsa. Ah, a member of the legendary Grand Company of Heroes indicated his interest. Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. Few could boast the acquaintance of such elusive characters. I too was successful in my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope that my visit to the Elder Seatsia proceeds as smoothly. Pray continue to Gridania at your own pace. I shall await your arrival at Nafika's altar. Right here. On the Gridania. Okay, back out. Well, I'm just gonna end things off here for the day. I'm just gonna get a little bit closer to Alphina so I know where I'm going. I'm away from a massive crowd of people. Yeah, I'm gonna end things off today. I might come up with a different game tomorrow because I need a bit of a break from Final Fantasy. You know, just playing a lot of it. So take a break. Come back to the story of it. Or we'll play something else for a bit, come back. But for now, I'm gonna take a break here and send you guys off to someone else. I'm stupid and didn't transition for a while. Oh, I feel dumb. Yep, I'm definitely ending off. Well, then, let's find someone to send y'all to. Alright, let's see who is currently streaming. I'm hitting the wrong keys. Whatever. It'll be fine. Yeah, I'm just tired today and I feel dumb now. Ugh. Come on, computer. A little bit faster, please. Thank you. Alright, let's see. I think I'm just gonna send you guys to Joke Cat. He's doing some Final Fantasy and doing some raids and shit. So, hope y'all enjoyed. Catch y'all laters. Bye.